Well, we moved here in 1972, so I immediately started volunteering at NCH and in the emergency room and in the coffee shop. And of course had a lot of interaction with people who were visitors, and it seemed like there were so many people that didn't have a caregiver. So in the meantime, our daughter was doing her paper up at the University of South Florida on hospices. And she said, "Mom, could I bring that home and you could edit it for me?" And I said,
She should be an English professor.
No. Anyhow, I edited for her, and then it twerked my brain that this is exactly what we need in this community. It started out as an idea, and then as a dream, and then an obsession. I got to meet Mr. Crone, who was the CEO at NCH. So I thought, well, you know, the person I need to present this hospice interest to would be Mr. Crone. So I drew up a plan, a sheet of paper, and I asked for an appointment, and I went in and I said, "Mr. Crone, I would like to show you this because I think you could have a hospice here on the campus." I said, "That's my vision." He said, "Well, Glenna, that is not my vision." And so I thought, well, he thought a few minutes and he said, "Why don't you go across the street and talk to Dr. Schneider, who is in the hematology center. Now it's the Lutgert building." So that sort of cut me off a little bit, but I didn't give up. I went across the street and talked to Dr. Schneider, and we clicked. He was just wonderful. So he said, "I have an office that I'm keeping for an assistant, but I'll show it to you. And if you think it would work for you, you will be able to have it." And I said, "Oh, that is so exciting." So I looked at it, and it was probably 12 by 14. And I thought, well, you know, that's room for 3 or 4 desks. So I said, "We'll be happy to occupy this room." In the meantime, to just backtrack a little, I needed to gather up a group of people. So we needed the help of the newspaper. So our neighbor in Aqualane was the editor. So I walked across the street and I said, "Do you think, Corbin, that you could do a little advertising for us?" And he said, "Anything you want, I'm willing to do." He liked the concept. So he wrote an ad, or we wrote an ad that said, "Anybody interested in joining our hospice program from the very beginning, show up at the Naples Depot at this particular date." So I thought, you know, there may be 10 people or 2, I didn't know, but about 40 people showed up, and it was like, oh, how wonderful. Anyhow, so I gave my spiel about what I saw as our mission and how we could accomplish it together. And after the meeting, everybody that left had signed their name and their phone number. About 4 ladies stopped, and that became the core group of our original hospice organization. There were times that it was very daunting, and I would go home and say to Bruce, you know, this is a big job, and he would say, "Pretend you're walking through a room full of molasses, or that you're eating an elephant one bite at a time." Well, as time went on then, I kept learning and visiting. I visited other hospices around the country. Then, let's see, we needed a board of directors. Well, where do you do that? All I thought of was all the friends that we have and connections, because in 73, it was a small town and we all knew each other.
We had some pro bono help.
Oh, all of it. We didn't pay anybody. If there was anything that cost money, we just got in our pockets. I got in his pocket, my pocket, any pocket I could reach.
She knows how to ask for money.
I do know how to ask for help and money, and everybody in this community is so gracious. So anyhow, we put together a board of directors, a couple of doctors, a marketing person, attorney, CPA, and a psychologist. These were all people that we knew. So then we went from there to acquiring ways to make money. So the book fair became the idea of the marketing person. And some of the husbands built boxes that looked just like mailboxes that said Hospice Book Fair. So we put those on important corners and started gathering books. So then we had the book fair at the Coastland Mall. Well, I want to say $20,000. That sounds like a lot of money, but we had every single hallway at Coastland piled high with books, and people bought because they believed in what we were doing too. Plus the books were wonderful. So we made all this money. We thought we had won the lottery. It was so exciting.
She's consistently persistent.
So then, we thought perhaps we could build a building. And so I happened to be married to this person who is a developer and loves to do that sort of thing. So he was out then looking to help us and promised not to be involved with any money involved. He went out and worked his buns off to find a wonderful spot. And then you tell about that.
Yeah. It's a gentleman by the name of Dick Myers, and he had Naples Dodge. So we walked the property, and he said, here's what we're going to do. And he pointed out to the trees, and he said, that area in the back there, it's all water. And I said, would you think of selling it to our hospice group? And he said, you can't afford it. And I said, well, where do you want to start? So he started up here, and I started down here. And pretty soon it arrived in the middle, and we bought the property. But that's how we got the site, and building the first building and so forth. Yeah, it was a fun thing to happen.
In the Smith building, we had 6 beds, and local decorators did each bedroom. So really they were extraordinary. They were beautiful. I just want to emphasize that this isn't something that either of us did by ourselves. We had so much help. Anyhow, when it got a little bit hairy and we were slowing down a little, he said, I think we need to pull the plug on this. We need to call it quits. And I said, that will never be an option. And the rest of the board agreed. It made us just work a little harder and a little longer. We knew them, and he ended up with lung cancer. And he was the most wonderful friend. Head nurse and another nurse went over and did an assessment and realized that his time was very, very limited, perhaps a couple of days. So we didn't have our a certificate of need. Did we know? Did we need that? Nobody had mentioned that to me. So Mr. Crone got one of his people who were attached to Tallahassee to rush the process through, and they said it's in the mail. So we went ahead, and he was our first patient. And Anne and their daughter were there and able to crawl in bed with him when he died. So that's the story of our first patient. Nobody could have been a more wonderful patient to take care of. They're all wonderful, but he was very special to us. It was extraordinary because, and to have the first patient be somebody that we knew and loved, and we knew there were other patients out there waiting for us, and now we were legitimate. We could actually admit patients. We kept in touch always with the hospital, and we were getting referrals, which is really nice from the doctors and from the hospital. And we just kept moving forward. But it was really a wonderful experience. It was all the time, it was like, thank you, God. We were so appreciative.
I just wanted to say the people that are here now over time have evolved into very professional, very warm, very hospice-hearted individuals. And I can't say enough about that. That's a big deal.
Just a sec, I want to say Bruce coined the phrase a hospice heart, and we've used that in a lot of our work. Bruce was so supportive through this whole thing, and always had my back. I needed to know how much work it is to be a nurse and appreciate them and the kind of jobs they do. And I thought I would learn a lot about caring for a patient. So I decided, because our daughter Beth became my partner, that I could take a year off and go to school. So I always wanted to be a nurse. So I thought, well, I'll go out to Lorenzo Walker and I'll take the LPN course, which is really the first year of the RN course. Very difficult. And I thought, well, I'll just breeze through that. Well, I would leave home. I'd get up at 6 in the morning and study, and then at 8 o'clock get on my white scooter. And there wasn't much traffic way back in those days, and I could ride my scooter out to Walker, go to school till 2, come home, shower, hop into my real nice car, and go to work till 6 o'clock. So I was juggling a lot of balls there for a while, but I loved it and was able to graduate. It is a dream come true to think from a little room, here we are in this great location, a lake, beautiful buildings, but it's all happened because of everybody's contribution. Physically, mentally, everything about it is because of other people helping out. The other thing that amazes me, and I'm so proud of our organization, is that the number of teams that go out, 10 or 12 teams every day go out into homes so that nobody is left out, not only the homes but the facilities. Every place is covered. Almost everywhere that we go, there is somebody that if they find out that we're with Avow, will say, let me tell you my story. You took care of my mother, you took care of my sister. You hear that all the time.
Oh,
Bruce.
very, very seldom. You don't hear it. So that's gratifying.
Yes.
That's love.